Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for being here today for the Cornelius Youth Orchestra's inaugural faculty recital. We have a fantastic show prepared for you today. Almost all of the members of our faculty will be performing today. Unfortunately, we have a couple people that were unable to attend, so we miss them dearly, but maybe we'll get them performing at the next one. We have, I'll just go down the list. We'll start with our brass faculty. You'll hear from Andrew Farova, you'll hear from Tom Burge, and then also Alex Wilborn. And then our woodwinds faculty, Nick Ritter and Sam Sparrow. And I will be representing the strings. We are looking forward to a fantastic recital for you today. Thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us. Without further ado, we'll begin.
I have a very cute instrument. His name is Sputnik, and I just wanted to show him around a little bit. He's just been rebuilt, and as you can tell, he's got his name on it. And I just think it's not the kind of thing that people see all the time. You come in, it's been rebuilt in such a beautiful instrument. This is a little arch. This is Sputnik. I'm doing this specifically for April. She's in the back. She loves this instrument. She's so excited. Without further ado, hello. I can see some faces that I know as well. We're going to perform for you. Thank you so much.
Before Tom and I start, I just wanted to take a moment and thank every single one of you for choosing to spend your Sunday afternoon with us. I'm sure at the end of a very hard week, some of you probably would love to relax in your own bed, so thank you for taking the time to join us. My name is Alex Wilborn. I'm currently served as the principal trumpet of the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra. The piece that you're about to hear is actually a piece that I'm going to be performing with my wonderful colleagues here in about 3 weeks. Oscar Burma's Concerto for Trumpet, originally in E minor, but later redone up a half step to compensate for the current instrument I have. This piece is incredibly virtuosic. Among trumpet and cornet players, we have a lot to, we owe Mr. Burma. This specific concerto is one of two, to my knowledge, actual Romantic era concerti. Another one being by opera composer Ponticelli. He wrote a piece for concerto for trumpet and wind band in F. So this is one of the few that we get. You'll hear a lot of inspiration from Mendelssohn, a little bit of Brahms, and with all that said, I'm going to do my best to give the best violin impersonation. So without further ado, here's Oscar Burma's Trumpet Concerto in F minor.
So I'm incredibly honored to be here. My name's Andrew Froa. I'm the brass coordinator with the Cornelius Youth Orchestra. I was thinking on the drive here that this, in my 11 seasons with the Charlotte Symphony, is the very first time that I will play a recital with my colleagues. I've never done that. So it's interesting because we're always a team, and somehow this feels slightly adversarial. Or maybe that's just my mindset, because I'm so inherently competitive. But I just want to say I work with some of the best people in the world, both my colleagues that are performing up here, but also with the administration that runs the Cornelius Youth Orchestra. I feel like that team has doubled or tripled since I started working. And they work very, very hard. So I thought it would be appropriate to at least recognize all of the staff that we have with the Cornelius Youth Orchestra. If anybody here is involved in that in any regard, would you please stand? They are always working behind the scenes, and they make even what's happening right now possible. So a huge thank you to them. So this Mozart concerto was written for a very, very close friend of the family, and of Mozart in particular. Joseph Lutgeb was his name. They were such close friends that, as close friends do, they liked to make fun of each other all the time. So we can think of Mozart in that time period as being a little bit stiff with the powdered wigs and stuff. But if you go back and you look at the original manuscripts, you will see all sorts of these little jabs, stuff like, yeah, I hope you messed this up, kind of stuff that was in the original score to one of his good friends, deliberately trying to make it as difficult for him as possible. So at the time, these concertos were particularly challenging to play. They were written for the natural horn, which is not this guy, and they haven't really gotten a whole lot easier since. So enjoy Mozart, Second Horn Concerto, first movement.
again, thank you so much for coming along. Something that I found interesting to think about as I was sitting back listening to that wonderful Mozart concerto played by Andrew is that you never quite know how life is going to, how your musical life is going to, which direction it's going to take you, and the people that you might meet again under different circumstances. I never met Andrew when I was at school, nor did I meet Alex when I was at school. However, we met down here and realized that we all went to the very same music school in New York, a very well-known music school in New York. So this is a little bit like a reunion performance for us. We're about to perform for you, forgive me my voice, we're about to perform for you a Bach invention that some of you may even recognize from playing it on piano. I will take the role of left hand, and my colleague here, Alex, will take the role of right hand. This is Bach's invention number 1 from his 2-part inventions for keyboard. Which I guess in a way makes Alex effectively my right-hand man. I know, I'm a terrible, terrible jokester. The next piece that we're going to play, we actually thought we might, it's very interesting. This is a sonata by Georg Philipp Telemann. Not many people remember Telemann because unfortunately he happened to live at a very inconvenient moment in history in terms of being a composer, because he composed around the same time as Johann Sebastian Bach. And so, of course, there was a little bit of that sort of shadow falling on his compositions. And everyone always talks about Bach. Oh, the magical Bach, of course, a wonderful composer. He wrote 2,500 compositions that we know about, and maybe there's more. Wow, that's a lot. You know, that's pretty impressive. Telemann wrote more than 3,000 compositions that we know about, and that exists in the repertoire today. I think it's something around it's not quite 3,500, but it is a lot of compositional output. This is an interesting one for a reason I'm about to show you. Do you want to just maybe, let's just start it out, man. Not very interesting, right? We're just playing the same thing. We're playing exactly the same notes. If we do that the whole time, I don't think they're going to be very interesting.
They'll fall asleep, I'm sure.
They'll fall asleep, maybe. So it is a Sunday afternoon, let's face it. So what's interesting about this is these are canonic sonatas. They're perfect canons. A canon in music means that you can start one part at a different time from the other part, and both parts play exactly the same notes as each other at different times, and it turns into quite, well, I would like to think, an interesting piece of music. We're going to do the same thing, except I'm going to start after he starts, and we'll see if it makes it more interesting. Please enjoy, I think, a short intermission, but don't go away because there's more fun in store in the second half of this program. And thank you again for coming along.
Hello, hello. As you make your way to your seats, we will get started after the intermission here. I would like to welcome to the front. This is a little bit of a surprise, but Mayor Washam, would you be willing to come up and say a word? There we go. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but we are so honored to have you here with us, and we're so honored to be here at your home church. We appreciate the invite. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Eric, and I'm so delighted to be here with such a wonderful group of folks, and man, I'm blown away by these instructors. Aren't you guys? It's just incredible. It's been sort of recently I've been able to sort of discover the Cornelius Youth Orchestra, and certainly Eric helped me do that, but what a jewel it is in our town, and I'm just so glad they've got our name attached to it, and I'm so glad the town could help in some small ways in getting them going. But welcome to my church, Mount Zion United Methodist Church. We're glad to have you here. I was just up here. I've been the organist here since I was 15, so I've been around for a while. So it is a pleasure to have this great group right here in our sanctuary this afternoon. So welcome, and hope you'll come back, and I hope you'll do a lot more here. We hope so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor Washam. We've hoped you enjoyed the show so far. A quick word about our programs. We are the Cornelius Youth Orchestras, and we do have educational programs and classes for youth musicians here in the Lake Norman area and right here in the Arts District of Cornelius. In addition, we also have performing ensembles that we open up to our community at large, where students that are looking for a more of a high-level experience right here at home in Lake Norman, they can audition into and participate in. We are happy to have a wide variety of concerts here, right here in the Lake Norman area. Just a few weeks ago, we brought the orchestra, and we kind of torn down the stage here, and we brought the orchestra right here in this room and had a concert. It was a great show. We had a great turnout, too. So if you would like to, check out our website. You can take a look at our concert series coming up for the rest of the semester. We have our next concert coming up on March 11th, which will feature our two full orchestras, our orchestra, and then also our Philharmonic. We hope you can join us. Without further ado, we'll continue the recital. Thank you.
And I'm our Woodwind Ensemble conductor and also one of our instructors for our Woodwind Challenge program. So now that we've heard from our wonderful brass colleagues, we're switching gears a little bit to instruments with reeds and strings for our second half. The piece I want to play for you today is an homage. It's written by a wonderful clarinet player who also dabbles with composing a bit. He's written homages to a number of different composers like Bach, like Weber, but the one today is in homage of Manuel de Falla, so it's got a lovely Spanish flair to it. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory, so without further ado, we'll jump right in.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick, and I play the bassoon, which is the largest of the woodwind instruments you'll see in the orchestra. It has a really low sound, and also sings out pretty well in the upper register. So, I'm going to grab this other stand. We are taking a trip about 400 miles to the east from the last piece. We're going over to France with a piece by composer Paul Bonneau called Caprice en Forme de Valse. It was originally written for saxophone and is set as a waltz, sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But it starts getting pretty crazy pretty fast. It's a theme in variations, and it just kind of keeps accelerating and getting a little more intense towards the end. It gets pretty jazzy in there, so I hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you.
So our next piece for you is fairly self-explanatory. It's by Beethoven, 3 short movements, nothing reinventing the wheel here. But what I thought might be interesting is to explain actually what you're not hearing in this piece. So you might have noticed Alex had a couple different trumpets. Usually it's trumpets in different keys, and clarinet, we're also one of those instruments that tends to have a couple different instruments on us at all times. But this piece was actually written for what we call clarinet in C, which is not what I have in front of me right now. This is clarinet in B flat, also known as just the clarinet, the one that you always pick up from the store when you're first learning. C clarinet used to be very popular, and it's become less popular over time. I've had a chance to play a couple C clarinets, and it makes you realize pretty quickly why they died out. So what's sort of cool is the skill you need as a clarinet player is to be able actually just to sight transpose. So the music I'm looking at is not at all the notes that I'm playing on this piece. I am moving everything up one whole step the entire time. I find it really fun. Some clarinet players don't like it too much, but in any case, it's worth noting this is the clarinet that has won the Evolutionary War in the instrument family. We will spare you from the C clarinet. It's slightly smaller, but though it's only slightly smaller, its problems magnify greatly. So I am playing this on the B-flat clarinet, the better cousin in our family. Of course, there's only one bassoon, so nothing too exciting for Nick. But we hope you enjoy this Beethoven Duo number 2.
so much for being here this afternoon. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the show, the recital. If you could, come and join us at a concert coming up soon. If you would like to support our organization and the work we do in our community, there are a couple baskets there on the way out, and we would greatly appreciate that. Once again, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my colleagues and my coworkers here at the Cornelius Youth Orchestras. Thank you so much for your support.